Okay, greetings. Hello. This is DARRPURPLE speaking. I wanted to make this vlog for you guys to let you know more about my family situation and what's going on with me there. Okay, so the last video was pretty long. I hope you enjoyed it. It was nothing but the truth, so I hope it wasn't too triggering, but if it was, just deal with your feelings and don't project that onto me, alright? So I'm making this vlog to tell the truth about my family because they're not going to. So the truth is my family is all narcissists. My immediate family is all narcissists. I am the black sheep of my family. So what that means is that when they're feeling something or they want to feel good, they come to me to take my energy up. They want to sabotage me if I'm doing good or working hard on something. They purposely do things in action to stop me from being successful or doing my thing. It is really freeing to finally say all these things because they try to keep it under wraps, and then also when I try to speak up, they silence me or they manipulate, or they try to act like that's not happening, even though it is happening, and they know it's happening. And they're actually scared of me, of course, telling the truth about them because they know what they're doing is wrong. So it's fucked up. It's like a loop-de-loop. So here I am to fucking slash it and break it once and for all. So you guys need to know the truth about me. First things first, you don't know me unless you've talked to me recently. I'm saying within the last year. If you think you know me, you don't know me. Let that be fucking clear right now. If you haven't talked to me in the last year, you don't know me. Okay? I've worked really hard on healing myself. I've been going through a lot. This is just fresh fucking raw video. I'm just speaking. So yeah, if you haven't talked to me in the last year, you don't know me, okay? So that means I have to tell you about me. So if you hear something from someone else and it's not directly from me, chances are it's just what they think. That's not what's true. So that's why I'm coming on here to tell you guys the truth. So anyway, let's focus, back to the video. So I just had to say all that shit. So yeah, narcissists in my family. My family knows I'm meant to be a celebrity. My family knows that I'm meant to be famous. My family knows that I'm a rock star. My family knows that I'm meant to be successful. So what happens is they don't like that, and so they try to create lies to their friends or their community to act like I'm still like that little child that is dependent on them. And as you can see, I'm a fucking grown man. So essentially, what they have, their view of me, is outdated. And that's what's comfortable for them. But the reality of this situation is I'm not that. And for them, that's really hard to accept. But that's what's true. And that's also not my problem. And it's not my job to fix them. So what's happening is that I'm facing a lot of pushback from my family. They're doing a lot of sneaky shit in the dark behind my back. They're talking to each other about literally everything I'm doing. They see my YouTube. They don't talk to me about my YouTube, but they watch all the videos. They study all the fucking videos in secret and don't talk to me about it, but they're chatting among themselves about it, and they think that I don't know. So that's why I'm coming on cam to say, I see you guys. I'm not scared of you guys. Stop doing that dirty shit in the dark. Because all that shit comes back to you, and now you're facing the consequences. The fact that you cannot come to me and talk to me and tell me how you feel because you have this pride and you have this insecurity and you want to be seen for whatever, but then when the spotlight's on you, you freeze up and run away. So it's not fair that because I'm being me and I'm doing me and I shine, and it's not in a way that you can control, that doesn't give you permission to sabotage me or create chaos or destroy what I built or just try to be annoying and insert yourself. Like, stop fucking doing that. I'm talking directly to my family now that's watching this. Whenever you guys watch this, because I know you guys are watching this, stop fucking doing that. I'm not playing. I see you guys. I know you're doing that. And now everyone in the world knows that you're fucking doing that too. So, now that I'm putting this shit to end, you know that about my family. I come from toxicity. My mother has abused me since I was young because of a divorce in my family between my mother and my father. So my mother had to take the brunt of raising two boys. I think I talked about this already, but my mother had to take the brunt of raising basically two boys on her own. So imagine the immense stress and depression and mental illness that is going to cause. One woman should not be able to have to deal with a responsibility that is two people. So that's where my dad comes into play. My dad is he's avoidant. So he's been in my life, but way at a distance. And basically he chooses when to play dad and when to just like hide. So he will be there sometimes when I need him, but it's based on how he's feeling because he's also a narcissist. So I just want to keep that on record that last video I was like, my dad is sometimes cool. My whatever I was saying, no, fucking slash all that. I've already seen all them. They're all narcissists. What happens is that narcissists do things that basically put spells on you. So it's like they could be treating you nice. They could be all of a sudden appearing like good to you or communicative. Like it's a ruse, basically. It's a plan. They're doing that on purpose, and it's to get something from you. So if you guys didn't know that, that's like a real thing you guys need to be aware of. I'm telling you because I suffered from it for years. I didn't know. They kept it hidden. They manipulated my reality. That shit's not happening anymore. So I'm telling all this to cut this shit forever. So my dad is an example of someone who likes to love bomb. And if you guys don't know what love bombing is, it's like, for example, my dad will like buy pizza for me. He'll be like, all right, I'll get a pizza. And then we might hang out. And then he wants to watch something that he wants to watch. He never asks me, okay, what do you want to watch? And we never compromise or we never pick together. So it's always something that he wants to do. So he'll buy the pizza. I'll indulge because whatever. And that's something, I have to stop and I'm working on. So he'll buy the pizza. We'll watch whatever he wants to watch. And then like, oh, it's fun. Ha ha. But it's fucking dry and empty. You know what I mean? It's like he's using the pizza as a way to talk to me or to engage with me because he can't just confront me on his own. So he's using food, something I love, like pizza, to get me in the room to then do what he wants to do, like, and watch the TV or watch what, he wants to watch. And this was something that happened back to back to back over years and years and years. And I'd ask myself, like, after I like indulged with my dad, like, why do I feel like drained? Why do I feel like something's missing? Like no real connection or engagement. It's just like a lot of like fluff. Yeah, it took me a long time to understand that he's doing that as a way to control me as well as like his reality. So I hope I gave like a coherent enough example of love bombing, because that's where I can see it in my life, to where he'll buy the pizza, I'll indulge with him to watch TV or whatever, but then the feeling that comes afterwards is just like completely empty. And it's like what he wants, it's not what I want. So it was very confusing. I didn't know that for a long time, so that's why I'm sharing this. Yeah, I hope that's like coherent enough. This video is probably going to be long. I'm trying to like speak as clearly and make this video like not as long as the last one, but it could be because I have to speak. So, right, love bombing. Again, I talked about like love bombing. Basically like trying to buy my love. Or, actually, what's funny? I was thinking about this the other day. Erykah Badu has this song called Certainly. And in the song, like in the lyrics, she's like, da, da, you try to get creative with my love. I think that's Certainly. But anyway, she's like, you're trying to get creative with my love. So the way I interpret that is like, somebody wants you to give them love. They want your love. But then they try to get creative to try to like get it from you if you don't necessarily want to give it to them. And that's why I'm speaking about this like in this context, because it's like, this is what I'm finding that he's doing with me. He tries to be creative to try and get my love. But he is also something called an energy vampire. So it's like, he basically thrives off like other people's energies because he doesn't have like his own source of happiness. He's like completely depressed. He's miserable. He hides it and he masks it. So most people that know him see him as like, cheery, like, he's cool. People describe him as like chill. I've seen people describe him as like chill and shit. But really like inside he's like completely empty. And he doesn't like to admit it. He tries to hide it. And the reason I'm speaking all of this and bringing all this to light is because this shit has to stop. And I'm not trying to be around my family anymore. So I would like to be separated from all of them, like all of my family. I don't want them in my life. They're not coming with. So that's why I'm also sharing all this truth, so that anyone listening can understand, like, again, where I'm coming from. And again, I'm just like talking, so trying to be as succinct as possible. So yeah, the love bombing, the energy vampire, buying love. Yeah, so it's my mother, my father, my brother, and my grandmother. All of them are narcissists. They all do things to try to get people to care for them or try to get like something over people, and it's different. I'm not going to go into details about like all the subtleties that each of them do, but they all do something. And again, this is healing. So this is something that I noticed for a very long time, but I didn't have the words to advocate because, again, I'd be silenced. So I'm not going to be fucking silenced. And now I'm speaking up about it because it's got to change. So hopefully this was succinct enough. Not sure how long this video is, but trigger warning again. Oh yeah, in the future, all my shit's probably going to be like trigger warning if I'm doing like a video like this, but maybe not. So I guess I'll just post it like in the title or something. But yeah, is that it? Like, I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, so I talked about my dad, I talked about my mom. I said a little bit about like, growing up single family, basically. Like, I'm with my mom, I'm with my brother, growing up like that. I'm under my mother's roof. So basically, again, I don't think I went into detail, but very quickly, like growing up under my mother's roof, very chaotic. I couldn't be myself. I couldn't express because she needed to have all the control and all the power. And if I did, she would start to manipulate things. And it's different from how my dad manipulates things, but they both do it. And I've caught both of them, and I've talked to both of them about it. And another thing, guys, like you have to know about narcissists is even when you catch them, they'll never apologize and they'll never admit that they were doing that. It's always going to be an excuse. And I'm sorry if that's hard to hear, but that really is true. So, again, like I'm doing this so that maybe another day, like someone else feels comfortable speaking up about their trauma with family or their journey of like healing after years of abuse. In the last video, I said that I found out recently I actually have brain damage from all the abuse from 20 plus years. That's for real, guys. That's no joke. So this is serious. There's a lot of funny videos, a lot of fun videos on the channel, but the channel is me. So you guys are going to get all of me. And this is what you have to know about me. This is what you have to know about the guy who's making this stuff you like. And it's not always going to be like this. It's going to get better. But for right now, like you guys have to know this. And I'll probably just keep talking about it as time goes. But already, like this video's long as fuck. This is how I speak though. Yeah, so yeah, this is like just straight raw off the top. I'm just talking. So yep, grew up with my mom, grew up with my brother. My dad was around, but not exactly. And again, like he was there when I needed him, but also like wasn't emotionally. So I guess another thing I need to say is like the abuse that I suffered from was never physical, but it was mental and emotional. So a lot of manipulation, a lot of like mind games, a lot of gaslighting, a lot of love bombing, a lot of like giving love and then taking it back because I didn't do something like my parents wanted me to do. Again, like either my dad or my mother. I didn't do something they wanted to do, so then they revoke something and then they're just like cold. So like a switch. And again, that has lasting effects that I'm still healing from. Like, and another example of something that I learned recently is very detrimental. When I was young, and since you guys now know, I grew up with my mother, single family. So because of that, my mother carried like a bunch of shame. So growing up, I was not allowed to have friends over in the house. And that was something I always wanted to do, is have a friend over and just come play or come do something, have some fun. And it only happened one time on my birthday. I don't remember which birthday, but I had my best friend over and we just fucking played video games, and it meant the world to me just to do that. Something simple. I'm not complex, guys. I'm extremely simple. I don't need a lot to be happy. So again, I only have a memory of like one time that happened. Like, that's sad. And you guys see how much I would love to have fun, So that's fucking sad. And again, that's something that was beyond me. Like, there was nothing I could do. So I grew up like isolated in the house because my mother was selfish about having people over. Like, she didn't want people to see her mess. Like, she felt the apartment we were in was a complete mess. And it actually was. It was like dusty. It was like, boxes everywhere. I gained an allergic reaction to dust growing up because of all the boxes and like all the really like confined space. So I'm fucking allergic to dust and shit. So that's sad, you know what I mean? Wanting to have friends over just to play. Kids aren't fucking taking a look at the apartment and being like, oh wow, I can't come over to this guy's house because like his space is a mess. Kids don't think that way. Kids aren't doing that. They're like, I'm gonna go have fun with my friend. Like, kids are beautiful. They're not gonna think about like something like more large like that. You get me? So she's thinking like the kid, like, my friends that would come over are gonna judge us. That never happened. It was always just like, damn, why can't we come over? That's sad. But again, this is something I'm learning through healing, is that's why I also have social anxiety, is because during those like formative years, I wasn't allowed to be around people in my own space. Like, understand how that really affects things. So that's why I'm a little bit awkward. I don't really know how to talk to people like that. That's why I don't have trouble speaking, as you can see, but it's like when someone's trying to engage and I don't really want to engage, like, I can be a little bit cold. I'm working on it. I've been abused, I've been through a lot. I'm not going to be like victimizing myself, but I am just telling the truth of why those behaviors and patterns happen. So, I think I just rambled a ton, but I just am trying to get this all out for clarity, so you guys know. So again, this video is about my family all being narcissists. This is for the fucking record. I know you guys are watching this. I don't care what you guys think. I gotta speak. This is my life, my truth. People are here to see me, watch me, not you. They love me, not you. So that's it. I mean, that's all I have to say, I guess. I'll probably make more videos, like, obviously, on this topic, but this is already long as shit. I don't know if you guys have that kind of attention span to listen, to be honest. Like, I hope you do, but I just know times are changing. So, I think that's it. Like, again, I said a lot. I'm just speaking. Talked about my family, talked about narcissists in my family, talked about how I grew up a little bit. I mean, that's about as comfortable as I like to share on the internet. There are a lot of details that, for the sake of them, because I do love them, but I have to let them go because they're just toxic. I'm not going to air like certain things out about them that are a little bit more private. So understand, like, I'm a private person. My family is also private, so please respect that privacy. If your family's private as well, understand that that's something you have to respect, but you also do have to speak up for yourself in your own life, okay? So I'm speaking to whoever needs to hear that. Just because your family's private doesn't mean you have to be, but also respect yourself and have boundaries too. Okay? Cool. So I hope you guys like listening to this. This was fucking refreshing and healing for me to get off. So the record is straight now. You guys know that shit now. So if there's any manipulation, if there's any like relapse in my mental health, or you see like I'm tweaking, just know I'm probably being abused by a family member until I'm not, okay? So I want that to be clear. I don't want there to be any confusion. Yeah, it's dark. Yeah, it's not happy. It's not good. It's not, it's fucking toxic. That's what it is. But it is what it is, and I'm doing my best to change it. I'm in control of my life now. So it took years. And they don't have control over me. They are just, I left them already. You know what I mean? So I do my own thing. And that's just what it is. That's what it's going to be. Forever. So, all right. This video's long as shit. Hope you enjoyed. Love you. God bless.